Coming up on today's show, we're exploring Cleveland on the water, on the ground, and in the air. Natalie's going camping, and we're taking a ride in a hot air balloon. New Day Cleveland starts right now. Welcome to New Day Cleveland and our Adventures Road Trip. All hour long, we'll be exploring all that Northeast Ohio has to offer for thrills and fun. And the best way to start off the show is on the waters of our lovely Lake Erie. We're getting out on the water with 41 North Coastal Kayak Adventures.
41 North Coastal Adventures is a rental, guiding, and also instructional service that we've had here in the Cleveland area going all the way back to 2003. At our location here in Lakewood, we offer rentals of kayaks and paddleboards, but we also do guided tours, very popularly our sunset tours downtown, kind of from Whiskey Island to the Rock Hall and out to Lake Erie. At our rental center, we offer 4 different types of craft. We have sit-on-top tandems, which are a 2-person kayak. That's great for families. We offer a single sit-on-top, so that's a 1-person kayak where you're sitting more on the deck of the boat. For people maybe who are less comfortable sitting inside a boat, or taller, they have long legs, maybe a little heavier, it's a more stable platform, as well as one that kind of gives you a little bit more of a suntan, right, your whole body. And then we offer these are what we call touring kayaks. So the stand-up paddle boards are like a big surfboard, essentially. So our boards are about 11 feet long. They're very stable, but you basically paddle that from a standing position. So it's a great core workout. It's just a different vantage point for seeing things. While we offer advanced programs for people who do have experience, most of the people who come out on our classes or beginner classes as well as tours are people who've had very limited or even no kayaking experience. We obviously have professional guides who can give instruction and tips along the way. We use really high quality gear. We do put people in stable kayaks that are good for Lake Erie, and that ensures that they're gonna have a good experience when they're out there. So a lot of people kind of start with us and then find maybe that they kind of get the bug, and we end up seeing over the next few years, a lot of the people who maybe took a course or took tours with us coming down, with their own kayaks and putting it on the water. And so I really feel like we're helping grow the sport that way as well. We get people that are coming down in groups, just friend groups. A lot of families obviously come down. We recommend if you're paddling with kids, weekdays are a great day to come down. As you can see right now, the kayakers have this river to themselves essentially today. There's very little powerboat traffic, and so this is a great time to get out with younger kids. Lastly, we get a lot of people from out of town, and so we can monitor on our website when people book where they're coming from. And I'm always just thrilled to see, people coming from Texas, the East Coast, or coming up down from Michigan. They might be here for visiting family or here for something for work, and they're finding ways to kind of experience our community that I think really highlights the assets we have. So I like to think we're a nice ambassador for Cleveland here. I think people have this real desire to get out and to experience our waterways. It's great. First of all, it's fun, it's great recreation. It's a beautiful way to travel. It's quiet, it can be very relaxing at the same time. When the lake is acting up a little bit, it can be exhilarating. And so, we just kind of experience it in all its moods.
If you want to try your hand at paddling on the water, just give 41 North Coastal Kayak Adventures a call, and you can view their upcoming trips online. From enjoying the sights of Cleveland on the water to enjoying them in the air, I'm getting a tour in a helicopter. Take a look.
I'll get to the green, fuel is good, we ride. The adventure begins. Yes, sir. Fantastic. So what altitude will we go to today? We're going to go to about 17 happen. If we can, we're happy to do it. Right. So it's Paratus Tours. Yes, sir. Paratus Tours. Paratus Air, Paratus Tours. And do I ask for Cody, or do I just get Cody? I'm one of the pilots there. So if you're going to get me, someone else, we've all got top-notch, very quality, safe pilots. Well, it feels smooth, it feels safe, it's beautiful, and boy, it's inspiring too. It's an adventure. Yeah. Another great thing about this, where folks are up here, they get to fly no hands. Yep, absolutely. I'm doing all the work. You just enjoy the ride.
Coming up after the break, feed your need for speed with an indoor bike park. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland and our Cleveland Adventures road trip. If you're a bike lover looking for a thrill, I've got just a place. Fine-tune your skills at Ray's Indoor Mountain Bike Park.
Ray's Indoor Bike Park is a 200,000 square foot indoor facility for people to come and ride bikes. Everybody can ride a bike, but when you come in here, it definitely takes it up a notch. When you come here to Ray's, you're going to expect to ride just about everything your imagination could handle. So we have teeter-totters, we have rocks, we have logs, we have telephone poles, we have elevators, we have little jumps, big jumps, rollers, big berms. We got everything you could imagine to ride a bike on. And I think that's part of the intrigue of this place, is to come here and these are the type of things that you're going to ride your bike on that you normally would never see. The park includes a little bit of everything for every rider. So if you come here and you like to catch air or jump, we have that. If you like to stay on the ground and just perfect some cornering or some handling or some bike body position, we have all of that too. If you just like to relax and just ride some easier stuff, we have that as well. We are a seasonal operation. We only open from September through the end of April. We're closed in the summer. Each season you come back, you'll see something new. It could be a new room, it could be a new space, it could be a completely new section. So we go through and do a lot of maintenance, a lot of stuff that you won't see, but some of the stuff that people come back for is to see what we've dreamed up. And sometimes it's pretty unique. 85% of the people that come in here are novice or beginner type of riders. All that we require is that the person that's coming to ride can ride a bike without the use of training wheels, and we don't allow the strider or balance bikes. And 8 years old and under must be with a riding adult at all times. But other than that, there's no age limits to who can ride here. It's an ability level. Ray Petro is the founder, the designer, the owner of Ray's Indoor Bike Park here in Cleveland. And his dream was to ride bikes year-round. And he did it. He built the world's first indoor bike park. And it's 17 years running, we're still going strong, and the dream still lives.
Ray's Indoor Mountain Bike Park is located on Walford Avenue in Cleveland. Their hours change seasonally, so be sure to check for updates online. Well, if high adventure isn't for you, how about relaxing in the great outdoors? Natalie's taking us on a trip, a very unique camping spot. Check it out.
Yes, I woke up like this. We are here at Heritage Farms in Peninsula, and yes, you know them as a tree farm, but did you know you can camp here too? And I know just the man who's going to give us the grand tour. George! George! Let me go find him real quick. We'll be back. I found him. Here he is. I mean, we're on how many acres here, George?
Right here, this part of the property is about 25 acres.
So it was hard to wrangle him, but as soon as I found him, I knew where to go. Hey, thank you for having us here.
Well, thanks for coming out.
This is really special. I know people come here year after year, and they come and get their beautiful Christmas trees, but I love the fact that people can come and spend a night or two.
We started that about 7 years ago. Why it took us that long to figure it out, we have no idea. But people love coming out here and camping.
I mean, you're butted up right against the Cuyahoga Valley National Park here.
40 yards that way is the property line.
So when people come, they can stay in different types of tents, or what do we call them? They look like huts almost.
We have 9 tent sites, which has a picnic table and a fire ring. We have 3 A-frame shelters and 3, the most common name I've heard for them is Adirondack type shelters. So you can either go into a shelter site or a tent site.
And you can stay for 1 night, 2 nights. What's the length?
We actually had somebody stay with us for a month once.
Wow! Once they're here and camping here, what is a normal day like for them? It could be anything, I'm guessing, right?
It could be anything.
So they could go and even explore Peninsula. They can go into the park.
Absolutely.
And do you find that some people just spend the whole day here? They just hang out?
All they want to do is sit.
And relax.
And relax.
And be in peace and quiet, right? I love that you're tucked, I mean, you're right off of a main drag, but at the same time, you feel when you back off of it, like you're tucked away in the forest somewhere.
In the forest somewhere. We are in the middle of the forest. It's just this part of it happens to be cultivated. Yeah, and it's both things. A lot of people will come here and they'll take off at 7 o'clock in the morning. We won't see them again until 7 at night. They're running around in the park. We get people to bicycle through. Same kind of thing. They'll come, they'll camp for the night. Maybe they'll take off and leave the next morning, or they'll ride up and down the trail and come back for another night.
Can I show you the spot that I wanted to camp out at? Because I have a couple more questions for you, but I wanted to show you the one that I want to steal.
The one
Is that
that
okay?
you want.
I want to stay, yes.
Do I have to write your name on it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If that's acceptable.
We can do that.
So this is the one. This is the one I wanted to rent. How do I do it?
Okay, you go to hipcamp.com. And at HipCamp, there's the accurate live inventory. You scroll through the choices we have. You take your pick, you make your reservation there, you pay for your camping there.
And that's it. Now, they're really reasonable prices too. And you can even buy some firewood. Is this the code that they use? And they just buy the firewood for their
on their cell phone, they shoot the QR code. We get a message, says campsite 6 wants a load of firewood and is paid for, and we bring it on out.
I love it. So if we could just get my name up there somewhere.
I can put it like on the inside so it doesn't fade.
I knew I liked this guy. George, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I'm gonna rent this one out. Number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Coming up after the break, we're flying high in a hot air balloon. Hey, we're talking about adventures, and this may be the most beautiful adventure in the world. Dennis joins us with Heaven Bound Ascension, something that's so beautiful. They write songs about it, don't they?
They do, absolutely.
Up and away and all that sort of thing.
All that stuff, yeah.
Hey, so hot air ballooning is one of those adventures that people, they've seen it happen, but to experience is a whole different thing, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah, it's what they don't experience. They think that it's going to be like a plane flight, but it's not at all. You get up in the air and you're moving with the wind. You don't feel the wind. Most people don't have any problem with a fear of heights, even though they think they're going to have a fear of heights, because it's relaxing. Beautiful experience.
You know what to me is the most exciting thing about it is when you first get there. Like I've done it early in the morning or in the early evening, but when you hear that balloon go, you fire up the gas and it starts to fill up and it's on the ground and it starts to get up in the air. I mean, that's exciting right there.
It really is. It really is. People get all enthusiastic. They come out and they're all excited. And, they're afraid too, until they get up in the balloon. And then once they're up there 5 minutes, they're loving it,
Yeah, and you talk about when you get up in the air, you mentioned the word quiet. And I've done it before, and I remember going over places like farms where you can hear the cows mooing, you can hear people talking, you hear conversations.
Exactly.
I've never been in a quieter place in my life.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? What you can hear, what you can see, what you do see, how everything looks so much more beautiful from the air than it does from the ground.
Now, one of the things that did always concern me in the very beginning is, where are we going? Because where we were going, sometimes you don't even know where we're going.
That's for sure, most of the time.
Most of the time. Hey, let's go on a balloon trip. Where are we going?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. That's what makes it an adventure.
So how do you do that now? Is it chase teams? Is this a team sport, or is this how does everyone play into this?
It's a team sport. The chase team, nowadays we have new electronic stuff that they can actually track my phone when we're flying. But when I started flying 40 years ago, it wasn't like that. They had to drive up the road. A lot of times they'd lose sight of the balloon because it'd be down below a tree or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'd have to turn the vehicle off and listen for the burner. Like you say, they hear that burner for quite a ways. And they try to follow that sound and then get ahead of us again.
Because the chase crew really has to be a navigation crew in a way. They have to navigate the roads that are available to them to get to the place where you're going to land.
Exactly. We're going in a straight line. They're following the roads every which way, whatever way they might be going.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge.
Yeah. How many people can you get in the basket, and what kind of prices it cut, and how long does it take, kind of thing?
Well, the flight itself is usually around 45 minutes. We start looking for a landing spot about 45 minutes into the flight. But the whole process, because we meet them at our launch location most of the time. Sometimes we have to drive somewhere else, but most of the time we meet at the location where we're going to launch. And by the time we meet them to the time we get them back to where they started from is about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Because we take off, they're for the inflation. They can, a lot of times they'll help out with the inflation. We fly for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Great.
We land, we pack up the balloon, toast our flight
there
with
you
champagne.
Go. It's a little party.
Yeah, right. We give them certificates and little lapel pins, and then we drive them back to where they started.
Okay, it says Fun Makers on your shirt. It says Heaven Bound Ascensions right there. There's a number. You see it on your screen. Check it out.
Thank you.
I'd love to go up with you sometime,
Thank you,
Captain.
Yeah, I'd love to have you, David.
Thank you. While we're exploring the great outdoors, let's visit one of the many great metro parks in Northeast Ohio with over 40 miles of trails, a nature play center, archery, and a whole lot more. There's an adventure for all ages at Brooksville Reservation. Check it out.
Welcome to Brooksville Reservation. This is the largest reservation in Cleveland Metro Parks at 4,200 acres. What makes this place special is that it has a lot of trails and a lot of activities and so many highlights I'm excited to share with you today. We've got paved trails, natural surface trail, equestrian trails. We also have the Valley Parkway Connector, which connects Millstream Run with Brooksville Reservation, providing 34 miles of continuous trail. We're so fortunate to have 2 golf courses here in Brooksville Reservation. We have Sleepy Hollow Golf Course, which was voted the nation's top municipal golf course. And we also have Seneca Golf Course, which has 27 renovated holes. We are here at the Andrews Nature Play Area, which is another fantastic highlight in Brooksville Reservation, which connects kids to nature. What a great way to do that. This was built, a lot of it in-house, by our own Cleveland Metro Park staff out of repurposed and reusable materials, and built with the help of our donor support. We have the brand new Gorge Loop Trail, which opened last year, and it provides first-time trail access to Chippewa Creek Gorge for all those folks who have always been wanting to get down there and see the beautiful gorge with its Chippewa Creek, the Berea sandstone, the hemlock forest, It's a beautiful way to get down there. We are home as well to a tall grass prairie. Beautiful plants, rare and unusual plants. There's less than 1% of what was here 200 years ago in terms of tall grass prairie habitat. So we're so happy to have that right here in Brooksville Reservation. The Nature Center is at 9000 Chippewa Creek Drive in Brooksville, the oldest nature center in Cleveland Metro Parks. Brooksville Nature Center, built in 1939 on the National Register of Historic Places. It's less than a 5-minute walk down to the Nature Center. You will see the Brooksville Nature Center straight ahead. The Trailside Program Center is to your right-hand side, built for additional programming in 2018. York Road Archery Range is about 20 minutes from the Nature Center, and it is open now during season, and it's a very popular place. You'll have to bring your own equipment to shoot, but the targets are there and people are loving it. So Brooksville is a place you should want to get to because it really is such a wide diversity of habitats, activities. There's so much history and nature, and we're so excited to share with you just sheer beauty. So if you just want to get outside and connect with nature, if you want to bring your kids out to the new nature play area, or just immerse yourself in the quiet of the Gorge at Chippewa Creek Gorge, there's so many reasons to come out to Brooksville Reservation, and we welcome you all to come.
Brooksville Reservation is located on Chippewa Road in Brooksville. Still to come on New Day Cleveland, a virtual golf experience to perfect your swing. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland and our Cleveland Adventures road trip. It's a new way to work out that defies gravity. Give aerial yoga a try at One Love Yoga Boutique.
One Love Yoga is a studio in Kent, Ohio, where we try to offer yoga to everyone in the community. So we try to keep our prices affordable, our classes accessible, and just welcome everyone, and hopefully they feel comfortable. We offer classes that are for every ability range. So we have classes for beginners. We have classes seated in a chair, which would be for people that have limited mobility. But then we also have fitness classes where we use weights. We have vinyasa classes, which is a consistent flow where you're moving from one pose to the next. And then we also offer aerial yoga, which is done in the hammocks. We try to cater to every scope of yoga. I feel like just about anyone could come here, a new person, an experienced person, and feel welcome.
Letting the energy flow forward and back.
In 2016, Heidi Schaefer, she's a councilman in Kent, and she was running this space as kind of a co-op. And I love the concept of what she was doing. It was kind of this community yoga, and the community kept this practice going here. She told me that she was going to close Kent Yoga, and they had been here in some form or another for like 30 years. And I just mentioned that, you can't leave those students with no place to practice. So she said, that's why I'm calling. The main reason that students come to One Love Yoga is because of the authenticity of what we do. It feels like home.
If a beginner in a class, we would start with the feet on the ground and just get used to holding onto the hammock, moving with the hammock, and then eventually as grip strength and abdominal strength improves, you can start taking that up off the floor. So it brings your yoga practice off the floor and into the air. People looking to get started seriously and be a yoga teacher, One Love Yoga has a 200-hour training program registered with the International Yoga Alliance. So that would be where they would start. Once they've completed that 200-hour training, we offer continuing education throughout the year. So our biggest ones are aerial yoga teacher training. We also have chair yoga teacher training. We do a cancer care teacher training. And then we have other smaller ones throughout too. We have women here that have done that, have started with the studio, become excellent students, went through our teacher training program and now teach here. So to like see the evolution of that, it's wonderful. You know, it helps me remember why I'm doing this.
As you exhale, letting the chest come to the thighs.
The first time that you attend a class, at least for me, it was physical. And then at some point you realize there's something way deeper than the physical practice of yoga. And it brings you to this deeper version of yourself. You feel that authenticity with every teacher. It's very consistent. The teachers are giving their heart. It's not a scripted dialogue of how they're teaching. It's their class, their way. And I think that's the thing that our students come for.
One Love Yoga Boutique is located on River Street, and that is in Kent. Natalie?
Okay, whether you are a golf lover or you're not, I have found the perfect place for you. We are here in the West Bank of the Flats, and this is where the course meets the clubhouse. We are at West Bank Golf Club. Yep. I have Gabe with me here. This place is awesome.
Thank you, Natalie. Yeah, it's been fun.
What's the whole concept? What did you really want this to be for people?
We just wanted to be a comfortable place where people could come enjoy themselves and experience the golf aspect of things, but have a good time, watch a game, play some pool, and just really anything they're looking for to relax. But the technology in the simulators is very golf oriented too.
I love it. So this is really one of the newest bars then here down.
Absolutely, yeah, I think the newest.
So this is amazing. You can come, if you don't love to play golf, you can come sit here, have some great drinks, and watch others do so.
Yep.
But if you like to golf, okay, I know that we have Jim back there now. What's he doing?
He's playing Pebble Beach right now. Yep, so there's about 50 courses you can play. Most of the famous ones in the world that you can think of are on the system. So he's at hole 14,
he just
smashing a drive at Pebble Beach right now, yep.
How many people can play in one of the bays?
We say up to 6 is really the maximum for social time and golf time to really maximize your experience, 6.
What if you have a large group?
Yeah, we have large groups booked already for many events in the summer that they'll take all 3 bays, and we also have a conference room or multi-purpose room up there that some folks are using to even get ready before their wedding, and corporate events that can be used as a conference room, and we can set food out everywhere and cater food, so it's great.
I'm glad you brought up food because you can order food here too.
Correct, yeah, we don't have a kitchen ourselves, but we have Mulberry's down the street which will deliver directly to us, and then specifically partnered with Town Hall and Rebel.
So I mean, I've seen the whole simulator aspect before, but this, because of what you've done here, this makes it, I think, stand out. You're not going to find something like this in Northeast Ohio.
I agree, yeah, that's where the course meets the clubhouse kind of tagline came to play. We wanted it to be a place where you wanted to hang out, not just golf, not just a golf training facility for serious golfers, but to be very inviting to anyone and everyone who wanted to experience golf for themselves, get better, learn, or even but the more serious players too, have a ton of data on these things to improve their game too. But yeah, get a drink, watch the Browns, and anything you want to do here, we have. So.
Well, speaking of drinks, I know Jason, your other partner. Jason made some drinks for us already. Thank you. What do we have?
We have a John Daly here, which
this is the John Daly?
Yeah, which is Tito's, lemonade, and iced tea. And this is our Juan Daly, which is tequila based, but the same thing. So.
I love it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. We gotta try this.
Yep.
Oh, that's really good. That's delicious.
Yep.
So, okay, I am not a huge golfer. I would love to do it, but I know that you have this whole arcade aspect of it too that makes it a little, probably more for someone my speed.
Yes, the arcade mode, instead of playing a 500-yard hole, right, you can play various games on there. One of my favorites is you hit balls into rubber ducky ponds, and then others like blackjack, and one where there's a driving range and the guy drives around retrieving the balls, and you try to hit him while he's driving, and he talks smack to you.
Because that's what people do on the range,
yeah,
don't they?
That's what people do, yeah.
I feel like there's really nothing left to do but to try this.
You got it. You got it.
I'm not going to be good, Gabe, I'm telling
Jim
you
will
right
show
now,
you the way.
All right. All right, we need to take it off the regular course for me. Gabe, can we hit the ducky? Oh. Oh, darn. That was better, though. The aim was better. This is why I will not be on a golf course anytime soon. Okay. Do we have any last words for me? Anything? Just nothing. You got this, okay? Well, 1, 2. Why am I counting down? Like I'm counting for you?
Instead of just all arms,
Okay.
think about turning your back
Okay.
hip forward a little bit. Go! Oh, perfectly straight though.
I'll come back next time. I give up.
Great job.
Isn't this cute? After the break, we're snuggling up with farm animals.
Looking for a new bike? We have the perfect place for you. We are here in downtown Bedford at Broadway Cyclery. I have Mike here today. Mike, the types of bike you have really endless, it seems like, to me at least.
Well, we've got a pretty good range. We cover the waterfront. We do road bikes, mountain bikes, hybrid bikes, everything in between. And we specialize in touring bikes. So we have some of our Brompton folding bikes here. In terms of a bike to commute or travel with, they're hard to beat. They ride very well, they're very comfortable, and as you can see, they're very compact.
Yeah, this is crazy how compact they are. Can you throw one out so we can just see what these are like? I mean, there's so many. We're going to get to all of them, but...
The carrying position,
okay,
like this, and then to go from here to riding it.
So this is good for someone who wants to commute to and from work, you said. This
Absolutely.
is good for airports.
Absolutely. You can actually carry this onto a plane and put it in the overhead bin.
What else would this be good for?
We have customers who are long-distance truckers. We have customers that have small cars or apartments that don't have a lot of room to store them. And we have customers who get these bikes just because they love them. I mean, honestly, as somebody who owns a bike shop, I have a lot of bikes. Both of my wife's and my cars are set up to carry bikes. We end up riding Bromptons all the time because they're so comfortable and so much fun.
So if you want to get something that's really custom done, is that something that they can do with you start through finish?
Absolutely. We have a number of different options. So, for example, this bike right here is a Surly.
Okay.
That frame is a stock frame, and then all of the different parts were custom selected and built by us here at the shop. Now, if you want something even more custom, we work with a couple of different companies. This is Independent Fabrication here in the top. That's a touring bike. And if you come over here, we've got several bikes by Moots. So all of these bikes were custom built from the ground up, frame and everything, and then all the parts were selected and then built for the rider.
Now, what kind of riding would you be doing with these? These look like they're ready to hit like some rough roads.
Sure. So this is a classic gravel bike, which is essentially a road bike with some bigger tires. It's got disc brakes. This is a mountain bike, so designed for single track riding essentially. And this right here is an all-purpose, all-terrain touring bike.
And then you also, in the back here, you do custom tires.
We do. We have a custom wheel building section here. So we've got
wheels,
a couple
I should say. The tires will go. The wheels themselves with the spokes. You create the spokes. You create everything.
Well, we can. So we actually have some truing stands here. This is our spoke table. So this is an inventory of spokes that we have in stock. So we've got several hundred. Each of these boxes holds over 100 spokes. And this is our Morizumi spoke cutting and threading machine. So if we do need a spoke length or type that we don't have in stock, we actually have blanks that we can cut to length.
So you do, people come in here and buy, clearly. Can they rent?
They can. We have our Bromptons available for rent right now.
Am I missing anything else that they can do when they come in?
We have accessories of all kinds.
All kinds?
Yeah, for every type of bike. We have a lot of Brooks saddles, the leather saddles you see over there.
Those are pretty spiffy. And then
Yep.
you got the helmets.
We've got the helmets. We've got a lot of unique things that not every shop carries.
Well,
So,
I can't thank you enough for having us in here. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
And now I know what, because I've been wanting a bike, so now I know where to go.
The Broadway Cyclery is located on Broadway Avenue, and that is in Bedford. Okay, here it is. Now we're headed to the east side where you can snuggle up with baby goats. This is Feels Like Home Farm.
Feels Like Home Farm was just a farm that we really just wanted the farm for the kids. My husband just basically came home with 7 goats one day. He came home with 2 mixed breeds, 2 fainting goats, and 2 pygmy goats. Initially, he just wanted them in order to clear up the grass. He wanted them to basically be lawn mowers. And then we started to realize they have a lot more to offer than just being a lawnmower for your yard, because we got attached emotionally to the animals, and my children became also attached emotionally. Since then, we've become a full-time breeding farm, so we breed and sell pygmy goats, registered and unregistered. And then we also have found ways to invite the community in. We have public snuggle sessions. We try to schedule a couple of those every month on the farm. And then we also have, you can contact me privately to set up a private snuggle session. So we do those for up to 4 people. And then you can add people, or you can even schedule like a party. So we have a lot of people that do birthday parties, bachelorette parties, and different things. And those are things that people can enjoy during the cold winter months. So for example, if you have the winter blues, and you just feel like you need something to brighten your day, this is where it's at. Goat yoga is for all fitness levels. We have a lot of people that come to the farm, they just like to sit on a mat and maybe just hold a baby goat. And that's totally okay, because it's all about your own individual experience. We usually set up spots in the pasture. We have a couple different places where we do the yoga in the pastures. And then we bring out either the baby goats or our more adult goats. They're all super friendly. You basically just become their own private jungle gym, because goats love to jump and hop on top of people, but it's a great experience because every class is different. I always try, especially when there's children here, to turn it into an educational experience. So I'll quiz them on things like, well, where do alpacas come from? And a child may never have known or understand. Alpacas aren't from the United States, they're actually from South America, from a different country. It's just cool to see that connection made. And you know, maybe you leave here and you've learned a little bit and you've become more understanding of animals and what their place is in your life. Interaction with animals has really been shown to decrease high blood pressure and different things. It releases healthy endorphins, so that's why when paired with like a yoga activity, it can really help improve your overall health and your mental health. I have had a lot of people that have told me that it just really helped them and just helped them get away, kind of get out of their everyday life, and it made them happy. So we're just all about spreading happiness and joy and kind of bringing the community together. So it's always like really pleasurable for me to see maybe the people that have come here as their first time to see goats, or children where they're seeing goats for the first time and they just fall in love and the look of joy on their face. It's a very rewarding experience for us to be able to share it with the community.
Feels Like Home Farm is located on Sperry Road in Kirtland, and for upcoming events, visit them online. Still to come on New Day Cleveland, a local museum dedicated to women aviators. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland and our Cleveland Adventures road trip. Our next stop is dedicated to bringing light to the adventures of women aviators. This is the International Women's Air and Space Museum.
The International Women's Air and Space Museum is one of Cleveland's hidden gems. Our mission is to collect, preserve, and showcase the history of women in all areas of aviation and aerospace. So you can be an astronaut, you can be a pilot, but you can also be an air traffic controller, you can be an engineer, you can be a mechanic, you can be a physicist, you can be really anything and have a space in the history of air and space. We're located inside Burke Lakefront Airport. We have our exhibits throughout 2/3 of the concourse area, and we offer programming throughout the year, both virtually and in person. We're doing a lot of hybrid programming as well. We have exhibits on women like Amelia Earhart. We all know her, but few people may know about Bessie Coleman, so we share her story. We share the story of the Mercury 13 and many, many others. You'll learn about the WASP, the Women Air Force Service Pilots of World War II, and their contribution to the war effort. You will learn about the women who have gone to space and hear everything that's happening with the Artemis program, and now with this fun new age of space exploration with the commercial crews through Axiom, Blue Origin, SpaceX, and others. Recently, we have put up some temporary exhibits. One is actually highlighting Paige Schamberger. Paige Schamberger was one of the first women to actually own a helicopter, not just get certification in it, but she also was the first woman to fly with the U.S. Air Force Hurricane Hunters. One of the awesome things that makes my job worthwhile is, for a lot of folks, they've never heard of these women. They never knew the impact that this region had on history of aviation or history of aerospace even. Like, who is this? I mean, it's so exciting to see that aha moment, that really take the time to come in and check us out and schedule a guided tour. Check out our virtual exhibit that's on our website. We launched our YouTube channel as well. It's a way to really inspire our communities, whether you're still in school, whether you have kids that are in school and you want to show them that if you dream it, you can be it, you can do it. That's really why we're here.
The International Women's Air and Space Museum is located inside Burke Lakefront Airport in Cleveland. Well, that's all for our Cleveland Adventures road trip. From the thrill of flying to relaxing in the great outdoors, we hope we gave you a few great ideas for your next adventure, and a special thanks to Paratus Air for hosting us today. I'm David Moss, and on behalf of Natalie Herbeck, we hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland.